Okay, showtime.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Greetings, children of the screen, your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here, and welcome to Carry That Weight, the Cowboy Bebop Retrospective, and I am joined by...
Vic?
And we're going to be looking at Episode 7, Heavy Metal Queen! Right on, guys, so Session 7, Heavy Metal Queen, finds us on this planet where basically there is a big bounty on this character named Decker, who is shipping some kind of contraband. And Spike, we first meet up with him in the bathroom as he is hungover as all hell, basically telling Jet that this was supposed to be, like, valued information, except the planet is just covered in bounty hunters, all looking for this one dude. Then we also meet up with Faye, who's stuck in an ice cream shop, because that's a place where Decker apparently hangs out. And we're also introduced to VT, who is a kind of an, I think she's probably in her 40s or 50s. She's a truck driver, just loves heavy metal, badass, awesome chick.
Fucking love her, she's great.
And she's got a great little cat, who's just like, yeah, and he's just kind of a pudgy little fluff ball who's awesome. So basically, yeah, she hates bounty hunters. So in the bar where, like, Spike is, like, trying to wait and find, you know, this dude, like, and all these other bounty hunters are, like, he runs into VT, who, like, while trying to defend the typical dumb blonde waitress, gets into a fight with a bunch of these bounty hunters, and in the process, they, like, dump out Spike's egg that he was using to make a prairie oyster for his hangover. So then he gets into the fight as well. And from there, basically, all these groups kind of converge in the hunt for Decker. And things get awesome and kind of crazy, and we actually see Faye begin to integrate more into the crew properly. So, overall, what'd you think of Heavy Metal Queen?
It was a very good episode. I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's, like, one of my favorites, because there are some, like, loose things whenever it starts traveling more to the end of the episodes, where it's kind of like, what?
Yeah.
But it was really good, though. I did enjoy it. VT is great.
Again, like you said, I would say that it's probably not one of the best episodes, but it's far from being a bad episode. It definitely, like, adds things to the overall show and to the overall, like, story. Again, as we've talked about in previous episodes, layers upon layers, you know, and these little pieces that don't mean much now will end up adding up to important things later on. So, what would you say out of this episode was your favorite thing?
I actually have two things that I would consider my favorite. Okay. One is the look on Ein's face when Jet's trying to feed him bean sprouts. He's like, what the fuck is this?
Don't whine. Bean sprouts are very healthy. They're good for you. Anyway, that's all there is. Give me a break here, would you please? Oh, Faye, it's you. That was quick. What?
Yeah.
Dog, I don't eat bean sprouts, and he's just sitting there having a legit conversation with the dog now. Like, he's got that bond. And then
Jet's just like, they're very healthy for you.
Yeah, and Ein's like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
The other thing has to be when Faye is so sure she's got this Decker guy.
Yeah.
And then she rips open this guy's shirt, and it's like this eel with a heart, and she's like, the hell is that? He's like, I like eels.
What I do wrong?
It's no use playing innocent. I can see the edge of your dragon tattoo.
Yo, wait, stop! Go!
What the hell's that?
I got a thing for eels.
Next Next time, keep it covered.
Yeah, I got a thing for eels.
I can't. Oh god.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It probably is the best. Like, it gets the best reaction out of anything in the episode for people when I've watched it with them.
That's great.
And when I watched the Japanese dub, that character wasn't just an eel, he had a name. And I believe that that's actually like a Japanese, like, I don't know if it's like a fetish character or a children's character, but
Probably both.
I
knowing Japan.
I feel like somewhere in the behind the scenes I heard that that was like a real character in Japan.
Oh my gosh.
So that would be interesting to see, just the slight difference culturally that would make.
I'm just picturing it being like the equivalent of like Hello Kitty. On his
Yeah,
chest.
right?
Oh god.
Or even something even more childish, because even Hello Kitty now is kind of accepted out, like, for adults and shit.
That's true. Maybe like fucking Teletubbies or something.
Or something, I don't know. But
The
yeah.
Wiggles.
But yeah, the eel is fucking dope. As for me, again, episode's great. There's a lot of cool stuff in it. But as for me, I have to say that it's kind of a cheat. How big of a badass Spike is in this episode.
That's true.
Because in the beginning, he's hungover as all fuck. And when he fights all these dudes, he still does it pretty much as effortlessly as we've seen him fight, like, in Honky Tonk Woman or any number of other episodes. Like, it still just comes as naturally to him as breathing does. And that's amazingly awesome with the state that we know he's in. And then to top it off, at the end of the episode, Spike jettisons himself into space so they can use his pod as like a cargo thing to light off a bomb.
I'm programming this pod to shoot toward the exit and self-explode in 40 seconds. So get that nitro in here ASAP. You don't have a lot of time, Faye.
What are you gonna do?
My floating act.
Mind you, they're in like a structure, so the pressure might not be as big a deal as it would be if they were actually out in space. But still, there's no oxygen and there's no gravity, and he just pushes himself out there towards the other ship that he's going after. And then whenever he can't make it and he starts going the other way, he just pulls his gun and fires it and uses the momentum of the gun to push him back where he needs to be.
Badass.
Just fuck it. I mean, insane and reckless, but god damn, I love Spike Spiegel. You a bad motherfucker, sir. Bad motherfucker.
Bingo!
So, what would you say is your least favorite thing in the episode, or like what didn't work for you the most?
The blonde waitress chick. Don't get me wrong, she was real cute. It's just she opened her mouth.
Poor thing.
Yeah, she opened her mouth.
As I said in the description or like the summary, like she's your typical archetypal dumb blonde.
I get why she's there. It's just her voice.
Yeah.
And her dumb blondness, I guess, annoyed the hell out of me, especially whenever Spike was like, "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" And she's like, "Well, I just did tell you."
My ship!
Yeah, they wrecked it, those guys you beat up. They're called the Something Brothers.
You were watching?
Uh-huh.
So, Muriel, why didn't you tell me about it?
But I did tell you. I told you just now.
I've pretty much known that girl a couple of times. Different girls who are
I think
exactly
we all
like
have.
that.
I think that's why it bothers me so much, though. I used to
yeah.
be friends with somebody like that.
Okay. And for me, like, I get why she's annoying, but at the same time, it's like, a lot of people have a problem with that character on the grounds that they're like, well, it's just a negative stereotype. Those people don't really exist. And I'm like, no, they do. And for anyone who would be angry about the character as being a bad portrayal of women, that's fair. but we also have Faye, who's a very complex, badass female character, and VT
in that episode, you know.
So, like, I would say that, like, and they're all very different characters, so I would say that, like, in terms of representation, we're doing pretty good. But, at the same time, yeah, I get why she might be annoying. Like, it makes me laugh, but she's intended to be kind of a dumb, annoying character. So, yeah, that's fair.
Don't be so rough.
Just get the hell over here.
I'm working right now, please.
We just want to be friends, sweetie. Good friends. I'll show you how to have some fun. That's the way. Come here. Who the hell are you?
BT!
Since when is it a bounty hunter's job to chase after a woman's butt instead of chasing after money?
As for me and my least favorite thing, like, I'm gonna have to go pretty nitpicky on here, and it's kind of a contradiction of what I said earlier. Spike's super hungover in this episode. That's awesome because it's so effortless. I didn't really need to see him on the toilet with his pants around his ankles. I mean, we don't really see anything, but, like, I don't know. I'm not big into, like, bathroom humor and stuff, and a lot of people laugh when they see that, and I get the information that they're conveying, but, like, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, whatever, you know, but...
You just could have done without.
Yeah, like, it doesn't actually hurt the episode at all, and in fact, it's well done. Like, I'm not actually going to even dispute that it was done as a cheap joke. It actually conveys a good amount of information in that one shot, like, before you even hear what he's saying. So, like, in that respect, it works. It's one of those things that, like, doesn't line up with my personal sensibilities. Not a problem necessarily, but just something where I'm like, yeah, I could have done without that. Because again, I'm having trouble thinking of something. Like, in some of these Cowboy Bebop episodes, you really have to nitpick.
You do.
Really have to nitpick.
The ones I've seen so far have been really good.
But in terms of, like, pacing and structure and all that stuff, like, the episode's solid. I just, you know, I don't necessarily need to see people sitting on the toilet with their pants around their ankles.
You'd rather see his pants down, not in the bathroom.
Sure. It's pretty clear once again that, like, overall we enjoyed the episode other than a couple little nitpicks. So, once again I must ask, based on what you've seen up to this point, would you continue watching this and recommend it to others?
Absolutely not. Not after that. Why on earth would I watch 4 episodes and then not recommend? I'm kidding. It was fucking great. Of course I'm going to recommend it to people.
Me too.
Listen, if you want to fight...
Wanna go?
You want to go?
No?
You want to go?
Let's let the people have a real show. How about it?
Yeah! I'm going to take him all the way to McDonald's.
Fucking Ooh, McDonald's.
Alright.
You're dead! Where did you come from?
You spilled my egg. I needed that egg.
Oh, shit! Come on, boys! Let's get this guy, too!
Right on, children of the screen. Thank you very much for joining us once again for Carry That Weight, the Cowboy Bebop Retrospective.
Later.
And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and share it with some friends. Also, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit that little bell so you can get updates on all the future content we'll have coming out. Furthermore, guys, if you'd like to follow either of us on Instagram or Twitter, I'll have my links for that in the description below. Thank you very much, children of the screen. Hope you all have a good one. Nerd Scum, out. Beep bop beep bop!
Allez, à bientôt. See you next time. Good night.
The real fabulous hunter. 悲しみが知りたいだけ